Hi dear students, now we are going to discuss about Unit 4 of the asynchronous sequence circuits in digital electronics. Now, the analysis of asynchronous sequential circuits, design of asynchronous sequential circuits, then design of state and flow tables, race free and state assignment, then finally we are going to discuss about the hazards. These are all the subtopics of Unit 4, the asynchronous sequential circuits. So, now we are going to discuss about the hazards. So, what is meant by hazards? Hazards. The hazards means the unwanted switching transients or otherwise glitches. So, it's like a unwanted switching transients. That is called as a hazards. It may appear the output of the circuit are called hazards. It's like a very important term. Mark it down. Define hazards or what is hazards. So, the unwanted switching transients, glitches that may appear at output of a circuit are called hazards. The hazards causes the circuit to malfunctions. Then the third point, the main cases of hazards is different propagation delays at a different paths. Here, there are two type of hazards, one is a static, another one is a dynamic. So, static in the sense is like the standard one. So, dynamic in the sense is like the motionable one, okay. At a static hazard existing if a signal is supported to return at a particular logic values. When the input variable changes, it values, but instead the signal undergoes a monetary changes in the required values. According to the definition, the static hazards are further classified into static 0 hazard as well as static 1 hazard. So once again I repeat it. In generally hazards are hazard types are static and dynamic. Especially the static hazard is having the two types. One is a static 1 hazard, another one is a static 0 hazards. Okay. Now we are going to briefly explain about the static zeros and static 1. So you are going to see this diagram. So you know the concept of this. Okay. Because the static 1 hazard in the sense. So starting from 1 to 0, that is a static 1 hazard. Here, what is the static 0 hazard? The irreversible operation of static 1 hazard. So, start from 0s to 1. So, that is called as a static 0 hazard. Okay. So, dynamic hazard in the sense, the combination of the both. Okay. So, 1 to 0, 0 to 1. 1 to 0, 0 to 1. That is called as a dynamic hazard. Then, how to eliminate the hazards? How to eliminate the hazards? The hazard exists because of the changes of the input result in a different product terms, converting two min terms of different sum terms converting two max terms. Because converting two min terms are different terms of converting two max terms. It's like a very important here. Okay. So the hazard can be eliminated by enclosing the two min terms or max terms. Two min terms are max terms. Now, the hazards in sequential circuit. How to occur the hazards in sequential circuit? We know that in the sequential circuits, the combinational circuits are associated with to derive the flip-flop inputs. Because the sequential circuit working under are a memory control of flip-flops, So, whatever may be the flip-flop, SR, JK, TRD. So, the sequential circuit, if the sequential circuit is operating or otherwise working, how? Due to the help of flip-flops or otherwise memory elements, Then in synchronous sequential circuits, the hazards due to combinational circuits associated with them are not of concern. This is because of momentary, the error the signal are not generally the troublesome in a synchronous circuits. These are all the main functions of hazards in sequential circuit. Then what is meant by essential hazards? Another type of hazard may occur in an asynchronous sequential circuit is called as essential hazard. It's like an important two mark. So define essential hazards. The another type of hazards that may occur in asynchronous sequential circuit. Okay. So sequential circuit in the sense that is called as a hazard. So essential hazards in the sense the asynchronous sequential circuit of forming of a hazard. So that is called as a essential hazards. This type of hazard caused by unequal delays along two or more paths, that is the originate from the same inputs. Then how to avoid this? So to avoid the essential hazard, each feedback loop must be handled with individual care of ensure that the delay of the feedback path long enough compared with the delay of other signals that originate from the input terminals. Okay, clear? So once again, the how where it is the form to form a essential hazard in the sense another type of hazards that may occur in an asynchronous sequential circuit is called as a essential hazards. Okay, are you clear? Thank you.